Hello. Hi guys. Hello. Hello. Oh my gosh, is that the silicon? It is indeed the silicon. Hi. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me. Hi Sailor Rose. Hi Maslow Toast. Hi Chidori. Hi guys. Welcome to the stream. I hope you guys are having a good day or evening or night wherever you are. I'm just having myself a peaceful morning. Yeah, I woke up about an hour ago and here I am for the first time ever, not late. I think this is the first time or the second time ever that I'm not late for a stream. Let's go. I think I deserve some praise for that. Well, anyway, welcome guys. I hope you guys have been having a good weekend. Yeah. Happy belated Halloween, by the way. I didn't get to stream on Halloween, but I hope you guys had a good one. You were joking the last time? No. You're so valid though, because I realize it myself. I'm late all the time. Like fashionably late. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm trying to be better about that. Yep. Yeah, how was your guys' Halloween? I don't know if you guys celebrate. I typically, well, it depends on the people I hang out with, I guess, but I typically don't. I wish I did, like I wish I grew up in a culture that celebrated Halloween, but unfortunately, I do not. So yeah, I've always felt a bit FOMO about Halloween. I do like to see the festivities that go on around me though. So I actually I think this year was the first time I dressed up for Halloween. Dressed up, sort of. Dressed up, I don't know if it's kind of like I did kind of like a low effort Halloween costume. Um so I went to like a dinner at a family friend's place, and yeah, I dressed up as a moth. Yeah, I dressed up as a moth. So I have a moth cardigan. I don't know if you guys know this brand called Mochipan, and they do like a fancy, like really interesting clothing. Let me show you guys. I'll show you guys what the cardigan looks like. So basically, I wore a cardigan that has like a patterns of a moth, and then I kind of tied two space buns. I tied two space buns on myself, and yeah, and called it a day pretty much. But that was the first time I think in my life where I went out and like tried to like put on a costume, I guess. I don't know. I just felt like being part of the festivities for once. Let me show you guys. To measure. Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, so I wore this cardigan and I put like I wore two space buns. Like I put my hair up into space buns looking thing, which are supposed to mimic the moth's feelers. I don't know if it did a really good job of portraying feelers, but alas, I did try. Yeah. Yeah, it's super cool. I have another one actually. So I have two of these cardigans because I think they look so cool. Let me show you guys the other one that I got, which is also equally sick. Yeah, so Mochipan, yeah, it's this fashion label, and they do a bunch of really interesting, I would say like fantasy core, a lot of fantasy core stuff. Yeah, very creative clothing. If you guys want to take a look, it's, yeah, you can see the handle down there. super, super interesting clothes. I highly recommend. And they're really comfortable. Oh my god. And they're really comfortable too. Why are you so ginormous? Yeah, this is the other one that I have. It's so cool. Like, go to a party dressed up like that. You are instantly like the coolest person in the room. How cool is that? And they're based off real moths too. Yeah. Yeah, they have like all, and there's even like a Mothman one too. If you go to their website, they actually have a Mothman version too, which I nearly got, but I decided to go with these two. Yeah, because like I think the Mothman one was too similar in color to the Cecropia moth, so I did not go with that one. Yeah, so that was my Halloween. I went to a dinner that wasn't meant to be any kind of like a Halloween party or anything. It was just a regular dinner, but I thought, you know what? It's Halloween. I'm gonna have some fun. I grew up being way too self-conscious and I guess like shy and boring. I wouldn't say boring. I've always wanted to be, you know, like I've always wanted to dress up and stuff and partake in Halloweeny stuff, but you know, like self-conscious and the fact that I didn't really I wasn't really in a culture that really celebrated Halloween, so I didn't really do it. But yeah, that was my weekend. How was your weekend? Did anyone do anything fun over Halloween? I think yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like I want to hear you guys' stories about Halloween. My city's pretty tame about it. I saw a bunch of people dressed up in their own costumes. It was really cute, but it's not yeah, I saw I think one group of kids like going out trick-or-treating, but that's it. Not really a thing here where I'm living now either. Gotta live life, man. No, Halloween makes sense though. Yeah, right. I once put on some corpse paint for a party at school and then got dragged to more stuff afterwards and was scaring. Oh, that's... Wait, that sounds fun though. Not gonna lie. But yeah, pretty bad for the people you're scaring, but that sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, I wish I went trick-or-treating. I want Halloween candy too. Surprisingly, I didn't really have candy, even though it was Halloween. Ooh. Yeah, I wanna, you know what? I wanna try candy corn. That's the one Halloween candy that I've always been really curious about. I really, really wanna know what that tastes like. I've tasted corn candy, like corn flavored hard candy before, and I really like it. And I just wonder if candy corn tastes anything like that. Can't find any candy corn here. Not in the supermarkets. I don't know, maybe I have to go to some novelty candy stores for it, but like genuinely I've never seen candy corn in real life. I don't think. The only crazy thing I ever did for Halloween was just go to a club. Never again. Wait, but it sounds fun though. Like they've got to be spooky themed nights or something, right? I'm pretty sure the clubs are doing stuff like that. Like yeah, the most of the people I see walking around town, they're usually adults, you know. They're not kids trick-or-treating. So I guess like the culture is it's not like Halloween isn't for kids. It's for adults to like get to dress up and stuff. And so I'm pretty sure a lot of establishments are capitalizing on that. Like I saw a lot of dressed up adults in bars around the city. So yeah, I would think that's the general audience of Halloween here. Candy corn is yummy in a disgusting way. Okay, that sounds like my shit, actually. I don't know what you mean by that, but it sounds like something I'd probably like. I tend to like very strange candies. I don't know if you guys know, but in the Down Under, there's this candy called musk sticks, and they're really, really weird. They're They have like a really strange texture. I want to say they're kind of similar to licorice. So I don't know. I was addicted to that at one point. Like when I first tried it. It was pretty recently actually. And I think regular people would find it disgusting because it literally smells and tastes like perfume, but I don't know. I dig it. Dig it. Mm. I don't tend to celebrate Halloween a lot, except for last year. I went around campus on an inflatable shark costume. Oh, that sounds so cool. You sound like such a fun person. The stairs were not fun. Oh, I can imagine. I feel like I'd be clinging onto the handrails for dear life if I were you. You know what I always wanted to do? I always wanted to dress up in those inflatable dinosaur, you know, the T-Rex costume that has like one day, you know, like one of these years I'm gonna do it when I have enough people to hang out with on Halloween. I'm gonna dress up as an inflatable T-Rex. Mark my words. Mark my words. Yeah, those are so funny, right? Yeah. Makes it impossible to move around though. Props to you for running around in a... Oh my gosh! Thank you for subscribing. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. The alert is being blocked. Oh my gosh. Scuffed streamer, but thank you for following. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome. Yeah. It's... Yeah. I think... Yeah, I really wish I took the opportunity to do a lot more on Halloween because it is one of my favorite holidays of the year. And I just wish, yeah, I just wish I wasn't so self-conscious, I guess. You should do it on a random day for no particular reason. Oh, yeah. I mean, honestly, if I had the suit, like, I'm not just gonna wear it once and throw it away. I'd probably wear it on repeat occasions. Yeah, I should though. I should. Yeah, you'll see me on the internet the next day though. I'll be doxxed in like 24 hours. Giant inflatable Barney costume. Okay, that sounds like horror, like actually horror material. Oh my god. Imagine seeing a Barney walking around town. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. Like in the middle of the night. No. That's some FNAF shit right there, honestly. Yeah. Or like actually I was gonna say Sesame Street, but I think Sesame Street Halloween costumes are actually pretty common. Like I've seen them a bunch. Oh, one of my friends actually dressed up as Cookie Monster. Yeah, I think Cookie Monster on one Halloween. Super cool. Analog horror Barney. Exactly. Yeah, that's the idea. Oh my gosh. Can you guys guess who I'm trying to draw? I wanna know if you guys can figure out just based on, I don't know, the vibes. The vibes and the posing. Like, can you guys guess who this is meant to be? I have purposely hidden the hair layers and other layers that will give it away, but I want to know what you guys think. Eva, okay. Eyes give me Luli vibes. Okay. Yeah, you know, like with my chibis, I try to capture the essence of the person, not just through their clothes, not just through their design, but I really want to make sure that you know, their vibes also reflect who they are as a VTuber, I guess. So let's see how well I did on that department, I guess. If you guys can guess it, then you know, maybe I've done something right. Waggy, okay. I vote Luli too. Has the Gao energy of Luli. Okay. Good senses, guys. Good senses. Let me reveal it. And Some of you are right. Some of you are right. Pretty good. I would say the majority of you are correct. It's is Luli. Yeah. Congratulations, you guys guessed it. Yeah. Yeah, I was yeah. Yes, the tail too. I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know where to put the tail. I didn't know whether I wanted to flip it up or down, but I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea what looks good. Well, we'll figure it out. But anyway, there you go. It has the Gao energy. I like that. I like that. I was trying to capture that actually. She's so scrunkly. She is. She is. The scrunklier, the better. A fish. Hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna. Oh, I forgot to put a reference picture of her. Okay, you know what? I'll just follow an online reference instead, because I don't really want to set up. Maybe I should set up a reference. Okay, you know what? Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna set up the reference for Luli. For Luli. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. I have to prevent I have to prevent myself from getting doxxed. Lazuli. Lazufish. The one thing I was supposed to prepare before stream and I didn't do it. Oh my gosh, did you guys see... Okay, did you guys see the Wojak? The Wojak that I put on the stream as well. Yeah. The Wojak is there to promote the merch. The merch. No. I airdropped the wrong thing. No. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. It won't take a second. Okay, I lied. It'll take more than a second, but just bear with me. Okay. I think I got it. Okay. It should be good. Yay! Do you guys see the Wojak? It's a silly Wojak. It's my personal my personal salesman right there. I was supposed to put this in the last stream, but I completely forgot. So now you get to see it today. Yeah. Pure art. Oh, hey, Fobo stream. Hi, Steve. Hello. Welcome to this stream. I hope you're having a good day. Yay. Yeah, we're just doodling Luli right now. It's been a while since I properly, I guess, like drew chibis. I used to do chibis of a lot of VTubers. That's kind of like, that used to be kind of like my main art content until I started experimenting with drawing non-chibi, and I didn't really look back since, but I'm here back to drawing my chibis. I have to update my list of chibis because I realized I actually haven't drawn Luli. Alright, let's start with her dress. So Yeah, Lulu's outfit isn't too difficult to draw, so hopefully this shouldn't take too long. I'm trying to be faster about drawing. That's what I say all the time, but I really am trying to be faster. Okay. So what it looks like? Oh, okay. But I need to draw. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna follow her model. Follow the model. Okay. I'm having half a mind to draw her original reference version instead of her model version, just because I think her original reference was a lot simpler in terms of like the complexity of the design, so maybe it will fit a chibi better. But I do like some of the modifications that the actual model has on her design, like these, I think like these like the gradient ocean design thingy on her ribbons. I think that's pretty neat. Oh my gosh, I forgot how difficult it is to draw collars or lapels. It feels like every VTuber today has lapels on their design. Man. Anyway, did you guys do anything else fun? Oh yeah, oh my gosh, speaking of Halloween. So I tried to do like spooky stuff, spooky adjacent stuff on Halloween. I watched Weapons. Have you guys heard of the movie Weapons? It's been out for, I want to say, a couple of weeks now. Yeah, it's been out for a couple of weeks and I watched it kind of recently. And I wonder if anyone else has watched it, but I have some thoughts on it. I have some thoughts on it. Because that was a movie. No, that was a movie. It was simply a movie. It wasn't worth the hype. Watched it with Ragi. That was such a weird one. Haven't watched it yet. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I'm just gonna say, yeah, I watched it twice. So the first time I watched it on my own, and then the second time I watched it along with Ragi's watch along. Yeah, it was interesting movie, I think. Okay, but I'm not gonna spoil it since some people haven't watched it. But I'll just say I would say it's an interesting. It's an entertaining movie. But like as a horror movie, I don't know. It's yeah. It could be better. I think. I think the filmmakers, the directors, they need to sit down and talk about what they really want with the movie. Let's put it that way. I'm convinced it gets better the more times you watch it. Yeah, no. I just wanted to see her reaction. If I was watching it by myself, I'd probably have turned it off. Raki's reactions kept me there. Yeah, that's fair, right? I think that's kind of the charm of doing watch-alongs, is sometimes watching things with other people just makes it more fun and more enjoyable. And things that aren't necessarily super interesting or fun to you can become, pretty enjoyable when you do it together. Yep. Also not quite convinced it can be called a horror movie either. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if I'd call it a horror movie. It's kind of thriller, right? It wasn't, I wouldn't say it's super scary. I think it was only scary because of, like jump scares and stuff, which is kind of a cheap break. Like I wouldn't say it was the only thing scary about it was the jump scares. So I don't really know, like, if that counts as a horror movie. I can understand why people didn't like it. I loved it because of how wacky it was. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's wacky. That's a really good way to describe it. It's super all over the place, but it's fun in its own way. Like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it for honestly, I thought it was pretty funny. Like I just found it pretty amusing. And that's kind of why I like the movie. But as a horror movie, it's not super scary. Sorry. It's as terrifying as American Psycho. I've actually never watched that. There's actually a lot of classic horror movies that I haven't watched that I really want to. I'm not too sure why. I think, yeah, again, it goes back to me just generally not watching a lot of movies. Yeah. I do want to watch stuff like The Shining. I've heard super good things about The Shining. I want to watch that. I'm still amused by how the death flag I called out at the start of the movie hit at the end. Wait, the death flag? Wait, without spoiling anything, could you remind me what the death flag is? I kind of don't remember that. It does have really funny. I think the ending was pretty funny. The ending scene with the yeah, with everyone. That was funny. Total chaos. I love it. The Shining is peak. Yeah, I've never heard anyone say a bad thing about The Shining. I need to watch that. And it's based on a Stephen King novel too. And if you know anything about me, I do love myself a Stephen King novel. With its flaws and all. Certain feature on one character made me immediately say they were doomed. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that movie did foreshadow quite a lot of things. Like after I watched it the second time, I picked up on certain, I guess, clues that I never noticed the first time I watched it. And that's kind of why I like doing repeat watches. Especially, I like watching things, I guess like in succession, like, like quickly after my first watch. So that my memory of my first watch through is still fresh. If that makes sense. Like an instant replay, just to see like the things that I've missed. Because a lot of movies, once you get the context of the whole movie, it kind of changes the way you perceive the things that happen in the movie. Obviously, right? You'll start noticing like, like all the clues and the foreshadowing. And that's what I really like about, watching especially horror movies. Or like, do you guys watch Black Mirror? I feel like that series is probably one of the best series to do like double watch throughs of, because of just how much clues they put into every scene. That like the first time they seem pretty like mundane and like stuff you wouldn't notice. But then when you watch it the second time, you realize, oh my gosh, like the signs were there all along. It's pretty genius. Stephen King didn't like it? Okay. I wanna... Okay. The reason why I haven't watched a lot of classics, I would say, is because I'm someone who usually prefers to... I prefer to read the original source material, especially if it comes from a book. I prefer to watch the... I prefer to read the book first. And this goes for anime as well, which is why, like, I have so many... There's so many animes that I'm like, nope, I haven't watched it, but I've read it. Or, like, I'm reading it. Yeah, that's... that's why. Like, I always want to see the source material first. And then once I finish the source material, then, you know, then that's when I kind of dive into the movie adaptation or the film adaptation. I thought Weapons was funny, just that that's the problem, I think, because of how everyone hyped up the horror angle. Yeah, exactly. I've even heard people saying like, oh, this is the scariest movie of the year. Like, what? Really? Like, is 2025 that bleak? It's that it's like classified as the scariest movie of the year? I don't know. Like, sure, it's got like jump scare stuff, but is it really scary though? And the jump scares didn't even make sense. Like, most of them weren't... I don't know. Most of them didn't even make sense to the story. The actual book, The Shining, you can skip. Kubrick made The Shining. King will never be able to... Yeah, no, see... That's the thing. No matter how bad the source material is, I will always want to take a look at the original source material first. Regardless of how bad it's supposed to be. Okay, maybe not regardless of how bad, but I still want... Like, I'm still curious about, you know, what it was originally meant to be, I guess. I think it looks better pointing up. I can't enjoy jump scares because of how telegraphed they are. Yeah. I'm pretty bad with jump scares in general. I love horror media, horror movies, horror games, but the one thing that stops me is jump scares. So the moment a single jump scare appears in any piece of media, I immediately shrivel into a ball because, you know, as much as I enjoy horror, like I don't like being jump scared. I have a really weak heart. I kind of got that from my mom. Like, she's super easily startled, and I kind of inherited that from her, so yeah, I do not enjoy. But the thing is, a lot of it is triggered by sound, so as long as I close my ears, typically okay, if I close my ears and I anticipate the jump scare, I can kind of negate the effect of being startled, but you know, if it comes out of nowhere, yeah, I freak out. It's not even like I'm scared or anything. I'm scared of the thought of being shocked, of being startled. Like, I'm not scared of the subject matter itself, you know? Just don't want to be startled. Loud noises. Hate that. Yeah, I just can't deal with really sudden loud noises. It doesn't even have to be in a horror media context either. Like, anytime there's some sudden loud noise, like, I'll just jump and like yelp. A little fact about me. And I just feel like in general for horror movies, I tend to dislike heavy usage of jump scares because I think that's a cheap trick. That's a cheap trick to call yourself to call your movie a horror movie, you know? Like, it's not like people aren't scared because of your storytelling or, you know, like your special effects makeup. It's not scary because of the concept. People are just spooked because they're shocked by a really loud, I don't know, like sound and like a ghost popping up on the screen. Like, I think that's pretty cheap. That's not scary, that's just shocking. Yeah. Yeah, so I don't have a very favorable opinion of movies who do that, which is why I prefer a lot of I think a lot of psychological horror films are better with that, in the sense that they don't use as much like jump scare tactics. So like some of my favorite movies are, you know, like Midsommar. Like, yeah, there's a couple of jump scares in there, right? But it's nothing too forced or heavy. Like, it's not super frequent. I think it happens maybe like once or something. And the jump scares aren't super violent. They're just like, you know, I don't know, like it doesn't pop up in your face or anything. I think you're gonna like The Shining. I'm pretty sure. A lot of classics are good. I mean, there's a reason why it's a classic, right? This is not warped enough. Yeah, so I just prefer I prefer movies that have the ability to scare you without doing jump scares. If you can do that with your audience, if you can scare your audience without using jump scares, then I feel like you've achieved the you've achieved the minimum threshold of of being a horror movie, in my opinion. Yeah. My issue with them is the fact that movies put such loud noises behind them. Then I get scared by the noise, not what I'm seeing. Yeah, exactly, right? It's the noise that you're afraid of, not what's happening, not what's actually happening. Like, if I just closed my ears and a freaking clown popped up in my face all of a sudden, I'd be like, oh wow, okay, what is that? Whatever, you know? Yeah, it's not easy. Not easy scaring people. Like, it takes a lot. Has anyone ever watched is it called The House? Oh my gosh, what is it called? The Haunted Hill House. Oh my gosh, wait, I can't remember the title. The Haunting on Hill House. Has anyone watched that series? Like that, I really, really, really liked. No, not House on the Haunted Hill. Not the one that that I think Daya watched recently. Not that one. It's a Netflix series. Yeah, I think it's The Haunting of Hill House. Something like that. Let me double check. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Haunting on Hill House. Haunting. The Haunting of Hill House. Yeah. It's called The Haunting of Hill House. And I think that series kind of surprised me in the sense that based on how I guess it's presented and the way it's marketed, I had expected it to be one of those movies with a lot of movies? It's a series. I expected it to be one of those series that will use a lot of cheap jump scares, but it actually has a really, really good storyline. And a lot of the, I guess, like the horrific moments, like the scary parts of the movie, they achieve it by like through suspense and intrigue instead of like, you know, cheap shock tactics. There are a few jump scares here and there, but I would say they're used pretty sparingly. Yeah, I really, really like that series. Heard a lot of good stuff about it. Yeah, it's really good. And then they came up with a second season, which was also pretty good, but I would say it wouldn't beat the first season. The first season is superior in my opinion. And it had a whole different cast too. This doesn't look right. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched that before, I quite recommend it. And there's a lot of things to dissect there as well. I think after I finished watching that series, I ended up watching a ton and a ton and a ton of like video essays dissecting, I guess, like the series and like, you know, what the directors were trying to say. Things you might have missed. I love those. And yeah, and I also read a lot of online theories about it too. Yeah, I like media that I can dive into, like theory crafting theory crafting articles and like dissection videos. I like those. Like I like media that allows me to do that. Like it encourages the dissection of the media itself. Why does this look weird? You know, I never have a problem drawing these sleeves on her actual, like, non-chibi design, so I don't know why I'm struggling so much with these sleeves. Why is it every time I start streaming, my throat starts to get like, I need to clear it often. I don't know why that happens. I feel like my stamina for speaking is so low that within, I think, half an hour of me streaming, you can start to hear me falling back into a vocal fry. And it's because, yeah, my vocal cords, they're just not strong enough or something, man. Like, get good. What is wrong with you? And I'm drinking water too, so your girl's trying her best. Do I wanna? I hate how these chibis are supposed to be like a quick and easy doodle thing for me, but it never turns out that way. Never turns out that way for any of my art, really. Oh my gosh, yeah, guys, I wanna tell you guys about. Oh my gosh, my voice cracked. I wanna tell you guys about my my meet and greet experience. That's what happened recently too. So, if you guys know, recently Raki Kazuki, she had her she had a birthday meet and greet thing recently, and I gathered, I mustered up the courage and the balls to buy myself a meet and greet ticket so that I could talk to Raki. Oh my gosh, man. You know, I was regretting that purchase for like the entire week. Because I was thinking, what the heck am I gonna say? What am I gonna do for an entire minute? Yeah, most nerve-wracking experience ever. Yeah, I was just so lost. I was... like, I always wanted to do a meet and greet. I always wanted to have like a meet... not have a meet and greet, I mean like... do a meet and greet with my Oshis. But my slot was a minute long, so it wasn't even that long, but I didn't know what I was gonna say, you know? Like, what am I gonna say to her? So I kind of regretted it for a bit, and then, you know, I was like, oh, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? Why did I do this? Oh, this is a bad idea. But the day came. I prepared a little script of what I wanted to say to her. Yeah. It's so cool. Congrats on getting the courage to go for it. Thank you. I was, yeah, because I told myself back when Pixel was doing, I don't know if you guys remember, but Pixel used to do these raffles for their meet and greets. So you could essentially submit your name into a raffle, and if you got lucky, you could get, you know, like you could do a meet and greets with your Oshis, right? And yeah, this was the first time I think that they held that one of the talents, one of my Oshis, held an online meet and greet, which anyone could participate, you know. So it's always been my dream to meet and greet. So I jumped at the opportunity, you know. I'm like, oh, this is what I've always wanted, you know. Like I've always wanted to attend a meet and greet, and so I did it. And after I bought the ticket, I'm like, okay, what now? What do I do? What kind of speech do I have to prepare? What do I want to tell her? I think in the end, I told her that, you know, yeah, that's actually really smart to prepare something beforehand. Yeah, I don't think I could have I could have made it without doing some sort of prep, especially because my time slot was so short. I think I would have just fumbled my way through, and before you know it, a minute would be up and I would regret everything. And so I did not want that, and so I prepared a short script, a concise one, as concise as I could make it. And yeah, essentially told her she was cool and stuff. I also thanked her for, you know, like the opportunities with the Raki Raki rescue card, because when she was gathering funds for her IP, she did this campaign, like donathon, called Raki Raki Rescue. And yeah, I won the competition, and I think that was the first time I ever got how do you say, it was the first time I ever had my art recognized on like a bigger platform. And also it was the first honestly, it was the first like merch. It's not my merch, obviously, but you know, like it's the first time I ever saw my own merch, my own art on merch, and that was a really surreal feeling. So I thanked her for that, and of course, I also thanked her for, like giving me the opportunity to work with her on her music video. I think that is like singularly like one of my proudest moments as an artist is to be able to be featured on a VTuber's music video. That's kind of like one of the dreams that I've had. Yeah. So surreal. I can't imagine how beautiful that metal card looks in person. It looks stunning. It looks really good. When I received it in the mail yesterday, I was so excited. I was so excited. Kawa did a really good job. I was afraid it wouldn't turn out good because when I drew it, I wasn't thinking of I wasn't really trying to think in terms of like, oh, it's gonna be printed on merch. So stuff like the color profile, like the file specifications, I did not tune it for merch design because at that point I wasn't super knowledgeable about merch design. I didn't know that everything has to be in CMYK. If you guys know, that's like the color profile that you typically have to use when you want to print stuff on merch. So I painted everything, I drew everything on RGB, so I was really afraid that the colors would turn out dull. But whatever Kawa did, they did some sort of magic and it ended up like in accurate colors. So props to them. Props to them for being able to deal with my incompetence. Thank you guys. Yeah, it's a really big accomplishment. So happy about it. Yellow low replace cartridge. Oh my gosh. Back when I still had a printer. Oh, I do not miss that. I do not miss refilling my cartridges. I don't even need yellow. Exactly, right? Like, I'm not even printing color. Like, chill. Printers, man. So demanding. Anyway, yeah. So I had this speech all planned out and stuff. Prepared myself mentally, hyped myself up. Like, you got this, you got everything prepared. All you have to do is read the script and it's gonna be over in just 1 minute, like 60 seconds. That's not a lot of time, that's not a lot of seconds. And the time comes and I get into like the waiting room. I'm just chilling there, right? I'm like, see, I'm fine. I'm cool as a cucumber. Totally fine. And then suddenly they're like, okay, Phobos, you're up next. And I'm like, oh shit, this is real, wait. And then in my brain, I'm like, okay, if I'm next, that means I'm literally going to see her in 1 minute. Unless they bought like more slots than, like it's 1 to 5 minutes, right? So I started freaking out big time just before I had to go in to that room. Before that, I was so chill, but when it came to my turn, all of a sudden I started shaking like a leaf. I was shaking all over. I was so nervous. And then once they called me into the room, again, I have my script, right? I've kind of like rehearsed it in my head. I've prepared everything. But once I entered the room, I just kind of like melted. I was like, oh my god. I was so nervous. I just started, I don't know, kind of started gushing and stuff. And it was kind of cringe. I'm so sorry to Rocky, who had to deal with me being a nervous, gushy mess. But I tried my best. And that was the longest 1 minute of my life. Let me tell you that. And to be honest, I really don't... I feel like they actually gave me a longer time slot than what I was supposed to have. So I only bought a 1 minute time slot. But genuinely, I think either someone outside wasn't ready to go or something, but I'm pretty sure I was in there for at least a minute and a half or 2 minutes. It felt like a really long time, to the point where I had time to do my speech, and we still had time, like Rocky and I still had time to do like small talk. And there was even a point in time where there was just like an uncomfortable silence for like a few seconds because neither of us knew what to say, I think. I don't know. It just felt like a really awkward silence, and I'm just thinking, when am I gonna get kicked out? Yeah, that was I wouldn't say I fumbled it, but I feel really bad because uh due to me being so nervous, I ended up kind of talking over her a lot, mostly because I was afraid that I didn't have enough time to say what I wanted to say. So I ended up kind of speaking over her a lot. And there's like a bunch of delay. So it was a little awkward, but I don't know. I felt bad, but I hope she didn't mind. Yeah. Wait, I don't know why some of the chats aren't appearing in the YouTube chat box. Wait, I can't see Hero's chat for some reason. I'm so sorry if I haven't been responding to your chats, but I was looking at the YouTube chat box and I didn't see your name, but I see that your name is in the chat widget though. Very strange. I drove 6 hours to San Antonio for a meet and greet, and basically all I said was, there's a Mori Calliope, Ford Ranger, and a lot of nerds here. How long was your meet and greet? Like, what was the time limit that you had? Let me tell you, 1 minute. Okay, it's a short. 1 minute is short, but I kind of preferred that because I was so afraid of running out of things to say and having, I guess, like awkward silences. I was afraid of that more than anything, so I kind of liked that I only had 1 minute. Kind of worked in my favor, I think. So many cons. I feel like I would be a lot more calm and collected if it was a real life meet and greet. I don't know why. Something about the online meet and greet climate, like, yeah, something about online meet and greets just makes me a little jittery, I guess. I feel like if I've been waiting in line, behind people who are talking to my Oshi, I feel like I'd be a bit more, yeah, I don't know, be a bit more collected, I suppose. Also, no worries, Phobos, this has been happening. Are you perhaps, maybe your shadow band, wait, let me see your chat. This has been happening, unfortunately, but I think you did great job making way out of your shell. Thank you so much, yeah. It took a lot in me. And after that, I collapsed in mid. She was so sweet. She had a lot of nice things to say. And it made me really happy. In the grand scheme of things, I would say it was a pretty successful meet and greet. I wouldn't say I regret anything really, besides the fact that I wish I had taken my time a little bit more to hear what she had to say. I mean, I did hear what she had to say, but I feel like, like maybe being more chill so that I didn't cut her off. Because it seemed like, like she was telling me some things. And yeah, I don't know. I don't want to seem rude, I don't want to be rude. Yeah. I wasn't officially told about a time limit, but I didn't hold up the queue. I see. We chat for a bit until someone queued behind me, basically. Oh yeah, I hear that usually meet and greets in person, they don't have a strict time limit just because sometimes the demand isn't as high. You know, like online, you have. I think like there'll be more people buying online meet and greets as opposed to like in-person events. So I guess that's why people in general get longer time slots to talk to their Oshis in in-person events, which is good, you know. That's pretty good. Oh my god. Okay, I need to stop yapping and get this done. I have somewhere to be later, so it's not gonna be a super long stream either. But I'm gonna try to see how much I can finish by this stream. And her dress. Oh. Okay. Man, proportions are hard, guys. Yeah, one day I would really love to be able to attend an in-person con where my Oshis are at. Because so far, all my opportunities are locked behind, like, online. You know, there's no. I don't see a reality where my Oshis are gonna be appearing in cons near me anytime soon. Unfortunately, that's just an unfortunate fact. But someday, you know, I hope. Never ever, basically, for me. Yeah, I feel you. Like the market for, you know, like the people I want to see, most of them are in the Americas, which makes total sense. But yeah, it hurts for people outside NA. I think even Canada got their shot recently. I think Raki went to Canada, like a Canada convention recently, and then I think Germany too. So there is a bit of expansion beyond NA, fortunately. I always find out way too late to take time off for my Oshi's meet and greets. Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes they announce meet and greets pretty pretty last minute, so I think yeah, you can't really be helped, I guess. Makes sense, but like you go to events and such here and notice the communities they have, and then it's like, oh yeah. Yeah. It's true. It's true. I don't know, VTubers, there's like a big I know there's a big market for VTubers in Southeast Asia. And something I noticed that is that there's a lot of I guess female VTuber fans in Southeast Asia. There's like a big market for especially male VTubers in Southeast Asia. They're pretty popular there for some reason. So they tend to appear in Southeast Asia cons a lot. But like my girly pops, never. My girly pops, yeah. They're never touching SEA. Like basically the southern hemisphere. That's okay. That's why we have online stuff. I'm so lost. too big. Oh yeah. I should visit SEA when I get rich copium. Well, you know what? I don't think you have to be super rich to visit Southeast Asia. Besides the flight ticket, like, Southeast Asia is dirt cheap, guys. Like, obviously, depending on the country you go to, but like, in general, Southeast Asia is it's a pretty cheap vacation destination. Like, a lot of the countries, like our economies are just not they're not very, they're not very good, so a lot of stuff are pretty dirt cheap there, like accommodation and food. Yeah. You want to go for a whole year? Oh, that sounds fun, but also, man, a whole year, that's a long time. That's like, is there a specific country that you're interested in? Because I am aware, Southeast Asia is a pretty widespread region. Pretty widespread region. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing with my layers anymore, man. Friend from Indonesia was in Vietnam recently and she was absolutely shocked at how cheap everything was. From Indonesia? Really? I would think that it's around the same. Because everything in Indonesia is also dirt cheap. Like, I'm not even shitting you. Like, Indonesia, you can get, like, I don't know, you can get like a bowl of, I don't know, like food. Where I have to pay $15 here, I could probably pay like $1 there, you know? So I'm pretty surprised to hear that. Unless like Vietnam is just extremely, extremely cheap. I didn't think there could be anything else much cheaper than Indonesia, to be honest. I learned a bit of Indonesian years ago, probably a good start. Oh yeah, Indonesia is good. Again, it depends on where you go to, I guess. I know a lot of expats, they tend to settle in Bali, or they like start businesses in Bali, so that's a pretty popular destination. I think, I don't know, anywhere else in Indonesia, I'm not too sure. I don't think the expat scene is that big. That's why she was shocked too, because she was like, bruh, but we figured out hourly wage at their convenience stores is like 100. Holy, okay, that's bad. Singapore would be cool, as would Malaysia and Vietnam. Singapore, the thing about Singapore is it's a fantastic place to live. It's great, it is beautiful, but I think it can be a bit more on the expensive side, especially if you're looking at housing. Okay, it's probably gonna be more like cheaper than, say, here where I am in Australia. It's definitely cheaper than Australia in terms of like living expenses, but housing and stuff, I hear it's pretty bad. It's also, yeah, it's not the cheapest because it is one of the more well-developed countries. The GDP is really high in Singapore. Yeah, Malaysia is a good, I guess, like an alternative to Singapore if you enjoy Singapore culture but you want to live a little cheaper. I think Malaysia is kind of a good, alternative. Yeah, it's got like a, it's got a lot of, it's pretty big too. So if you're going to like West Malaysia, that's a lot. It's really similar to Singapore in terms of, I guess, like culture. And ethnically, it has a similar makeup too. Labubu rave in Bali? What is that? Do I even want to know what that is? Singapore is pretty expensive, yeah. Friends from their visit and just drop dough like crazy here. Yeah, it do be like that. I hear stories about that too. Like I think when when people from other Southeast Asian countries, you know, like they have friends from Singapore, and then they get like pretty shell shocked at how lavish how lavish like Singaporeans are. It do be like that. That's what you get when you have a when your country has a high GDP. I have not moved on at all from this this part of the chibi. Okay, you know what? Let's make the skirt start here. Pilates after the Labubu rave in Jakarta. What is this, guys? What are these Labubu raves? What is going on? As she's crazy. Matcha Pilates after the Labubu rave. Is this a new meme? What is this? Matcha. Oh my gosh, speaking of matcha and Labubu. I watched a I watched a video about someone clowning on like you know the whole like matcha Labubu feminism like performative males. I watched a video about that last night and it was really funny. Just like people clowning on performative males who drink matcha just to look. I don't know, what does drinking matcha even show? Like it shows that you like matcha. Like why is that performative? So funny. And like owning Labubus, I don't know, man. Trends are weird. I get the whole like pretending to read a woke book part, but what is the deal with like people drinking matcha being called performative? That's so... I don't know, man. Let people enjoy their milk teas or something. I hate the matcha trend in the West right now. It's been... I didn't even know it started to become a trend because I thought that matcha has been like a thing for a while now. At least where I lived, it was a thing for many years now. Like close to a decade. The matcha's good. I don't understand matcha other than it tastes good. Exactly, it's just delicious. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to look at both chats. One day I would like to go to Singapore. Yes, I think everyone should go to Singapore at least once because I think it's a really good, if anything, it's a really good tourist destination. Yeah, it's very well developed. Definitely like their tourism, they've been ramping up their tourism for a while now. So there's a lot of things to do for people. Yeah. Drinking matcha is performative. I'm just Asian. Real, true and real. Facts. Say that again. Say that again for the ones at the back. Yeah, but it used to be only white girl friends who were into it before. Yeah, now it's like, what, guys? Why is it a girl thing though? I don't understand. It's just green tea. It's just matcha. Like, how did a food item get associated with a gender? I don't understand that. I don't like the shape of this skirt. What is going on? It's matcha. Trademark. Sure feels that way sometimes, huh? Okay. The Starbucks effect. Oh, you're right. Last time it used to be... Yeah, for millennials, it used to be Starbucks, right? I think matcha is the new Starbucks for Gen Z. God, that's so true. Oh my gosh, I never even thought of that. Guys are supposed to drink triple shot espresso with sawdust, clearly. Exactly. Anything other than that, you're a girl. You are performative. Just doesn't make sense. Black coffee and cigarettes in the morning. Oh my god. Yeah. Sorry guys. I don't make the rules, but you're only supposed to drink really, really bitter stuff. You know, none of that sweet, milky matcha stuff. That shit's for girls. You can't have that. And if you decide to drink it, you're just trying to get into girls' pants. You know? Crazy. Yeah, I may be American, but even then, there's quite a bit of American culture I legit do not understand. That's okay. There's a lot of my own local culture. Heck, there's a global culture I don't understand. Labubus, like, what's up with that? What's up with Labubus, guys? Like, how did it happen? How did the whole craze happen? That's what I want to know. Flavor is for women, exactly. Men only get the blandest, plainest, most, I guess, bitter. That's not bland, exactly, but you get the most bitter shit. And you can't argue. You can't argue against that. You have a sweet tooth? You are probably gay. You know? Yeah, I don't see a lot of guys. I want to see more guys admitting that they have a sweet tooth. Like, I don't think we see that enough, and I wonder if guys are just afraid to come out as like sweet tooths. I think everyone should embrace their taste preferences, you know? Everybody should be allowed to enjoy matcha. Hi Phobos, how are you doing? Hi Slows, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. We're just doing a little luli doodle. I hope you've been having a good weekend. How are you doing? I know Joke want a Labubu though. I think they're ugly AF and that's funny to me. Oh, you want ugly? Get a Fuggler. Have you ever seen a Fuggler? Now that's true ugly. You want something ugly? Fuggler. Get that shit. You guys know what a Fuggler is? Let me show you guys what a Fuggler is. It's the most beautiful, ugly thing I've ever seen. And they do a lot of collabs with well-known IPs. So let me just show you guys a SpongeBob SquarePants Fuggler collab that they have. And it's so ugly, it's beautiful. Let me see if I can save this. God. I want one so bad, but I don't know if I want to see that staring at me every day I walk into my room, you know. Have yourself a look at this majestic being. Have you guys ever seen these? Already sounding cursed AF. There you go. They look like they got repeatedly punched in the face over and over, and they're forced to give like a photo picture perfect smile. That's what they look like. Oh my god. And this is just the SpongeBob collaborations, guys. Like they have like other ones that are completely abhorrent, like just absolutely. Well, I would, you know, let's just put it this way. They live up to their names. Oh, the Gremlins one? Wait, I want to show you guys the Gremlins one. I think the Gremlins Fuggler looks the worst. Like they're the absolute. I see them in my local store sometimes, and I just you know, I want it, but also, do I want it? Okay, check this one out. They did not pass this. Exactly, they did not pass the sobriety test. They did not pass the breathalyzer test. Absolutely no way. Look at this shit. Like, it's cute. I think it's like cute in an ugly way, but in a like sometimes I feel like it's a little too ugly. I don't know. I have like very mixed feelings about this. It's so, I don't know, it's ugly to a point where it gets endearing, you know that? You know that feeling? It's scrunkly, okay? It's what I would call scrunkly. Peak meme material? Exactly. But do I want to keep like a meme in my house just for the sake of a meme? You know, that's another question. That's something else I need to consider before making a purchase. They look like they're in pain. They look like, let me out! Let me out! Yeah, and the way they package them too, it's just so... And the, you know their mouths? You see how there's a slit there? You can legitimately like push your fingers through into their mouths. You can actually like, yeah, you can actually put your hand through that. The Gremlins one is weird because they somehow fixed him a little. Did they? I always thought that the Gremlins one was even uglier. I don't know. I think the SpongeBob ones are cute. Like, I really almost bought this. I almost bought this for myself. Fugler coin purse. Yeah, exactly. You can use it as a coin bank. Like, just slip your coins in there. It's not a very deep pouch though. It's really just for you to put like your fingers through. I think you can probably put like 2 digits in at most. 2.5 digits in. Yeah. It doesn't work as a pouch, but yeah, it's just funny that you can basically make them suffer even more by stuffing your fist in there. I don't know. But yeah. Can it fit a Labubu though? Okay, now that's the question. You're asking the real questions here. If I see one in my store the next time, I will be sure to test it out. Oh, I can't because I don't have a Labubu. Dang it. That's cool because no, nobody will steal it. Exactly. Exactly. It's so functional, guys. Like, would you want to put your hand in there and try to steal a coin? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I feel like I'd get all sorts of infections if I stuffed my hands in one. It's like rabies in a plushie. That's how I describe the Fugglers. Yeah. But yeah, if you want ugly, I feel like the Fugglers are kind of like if Labubus were actually meant to look ugly, that's what they would look like. You guys actually like Labubus though? I don't know, like Labubus get a lot of flack. I personally don't like them. I'm just sick of seeing them on, like, I guess like I'm sick of everyone carrying them around. And I guess being overhyped because I don't think they're that cute. I can see the value, not the value, but like I can see the appeal. Yes, I can see the appeal in them somewhat. Just, you know, like I don't think they're that appealing to the point where like it warrants people spending like copious amounts of money and going into debt just trying to gamble for a good Labubu. I don't know. But then again, I play gacha games, so who am I to speak, am I right? I'm not crazy about them, I just think they're funny. I see. I want one just for the meme to piss people off. If I ever got a Labubu, that would be the reason. Just to piss people off. And wave it in their face, you know? I watched a video kind of recently about this. There's this couple and their finances are in shambles, and it's because the wife keeps spending their money on labubus. And when they took a look at her financial statement, you could see every single day she was spending on like at least one labubu every single day in the month. By the way, this was like a financial statement for just a single month, and every single day she was buying labubus. It was crazy. Same, I can definitely see the appeal to them and don't think they're terrible. It's the public's response that leaves me scratching my head. Exactly, right? Yeah, that's also my opinion. Wait, let me read this comment. Was it on a podcast looking show? Yeah. It was like I think the title of the show is The Financial Diet. This guy kind of like analyzes people's spending habits and their budget, like their budgeting and finances, to see what's going wrong with their finances. And this couple, yeah, their marriage is about to break apart because the wife keeps buying labubus. I think at the end of the tally, I forgot, because I personally tallied like the amount of money she spent just on labubus in that month. It was in the thousands. And you have to remember, I think like a single labubu was, I want to say it was like 40 to 80 US dollars, and she was doing that every single day. Oh my god. And this is only for a single month, you know? Like imagine what their finances look like for the year just because of labubu. It was wild. It was wild. Like, I spend a lot of money on merch too. I think I kind of got a bit of anxiety from watching that episode, because I was thinking like, is that what I'm doing when I buy merch? Like, do I spend that much money? But no, I don't. Like, it helps that the merch that I purchase, they don't release, like they're not released like at a very frequent basis. So when I spend money, it's like I spend large amounts at one go, so it never really gets out of control. But yeah, I think the part of labubu that makes it so dangerous is that it's gacha. So the thing about the lady was that she would buy a labubu, and then, you know, it's basically a gacha, right? And then when she sees that she didn't get the one that she was aiming to get, she would buy another one the next day. And then if she doesn't get it again, she'll buy it again the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and it just repeats, you know? And that's the danger. That's the danger of labubus, guys. It's just like any other gacha, to be honest. Just, I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know what to say about labubus. Big respect for committing to the labubu addiction. I don't think that's a commitment. I think they're imprisoned by their own addiction. I don't think they have a choice but to commit. You think in like a couple of years from now, there's gonna be something like Labubu Holics Anonymous or something? Because I think it's gotten such like, I think it's gotten to a point where it's so popular that it warrants its own like support groups and like specialized therapy. I don't know. Friends don't let friends labubu. True, exactly. If you see a friend buying a labubu, stop them. Stop them right now. Not even once, you know? Not even once. The addiction starts when you get it once. I hope I never get into anything like that. I don't think my finances would survive. Like, I can really empathize with the people who are addicted though. Like, in a way, it's just another form of retail therapy, I guess. You know, like some people find a lot of relief in spending large amounts of money on retail, and I feel like this is just one form of that, but with an added gotcha feature, which makes it doubly worse, like exponentially worse. Phobos, you're already into VTubers. You're right. It's over for me. You're you're so right. They need to make a VTubers anonymous. Wait, they're already anonymous. Never mind. Yeah, I think people need to start taking gacha. Well, gacha is just a form of gambling, no? Like it's just another gambling addiction, to be honest. So it's nothing new. Like I think it's something the world is more or less familiar with. Just that a lot of gacha now is it's on virtual stuff. But in the core of its essence, it's not that different. Oh dear. How do I draw those shoes? And I'm just waiting for the day where we see like copious amounts of labubus in the landfill. It's gonna happen eventually, right? Oh my gosh, speaking of labubus, I remember when I went to Bali earlier this year, I walked past, so they were selling, like in Bali they were selling hella like labubu. I don't know if they're real. They're probably like bootleg labubus, but they were selling like hella labubus there. And I walked past a family who was trying to, like, there was this mom that was trying to buy a labubu for her child. And she was telling the guy who was selling the labubu, like, is there any way that you can like sell me the one that isn't this color? Because she already has that. And I'm like, lady, I'm sorry to say this, but so what a gacha is, you know, it's like I don't know, like I don't think she understood the essence of, you know, like that a labubu is meant to be random and like there's no way for you to choose. Yeah, the guy selling it was just like I saw his face and he was just like yeah, I saw him like awkwardly like trying to think of what to say, like trying to find a way to turn her down. I felt for him. Like I feel like I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure like all the labubus they were selling on that island were pretty much like probably the same color. Like I don't believe for a second that they're legit and they actually have, you know, like proper variations. I was going to all these local festivals like a couple of weeks ago and I was shocked by how many labubu stalls there were, like right next to the beer and takoyaki stalls. Yeah, I'm not surprised to hear that at all. I'm actually surprised that when I went to Japan, I didn't see labubu. Like, is it just taking off in Japan now? Because, I don't know, when I went, I didn't really see much. If at all. I don't remember seeing them, at least. You know, sometimes there's like an evil demon inside me that whispers in my ear and tells me that I should start drawing labubufied VTubers. And then I shake myself awake and remember that I don't I don't want to become a Labubu artist. Like, I want to do it for the bit. But at what point does a bit turn into an actual thing, you know? Like, people are gonna know me for being a Labubu artist, and I don't know. I cannot really contend with that possibility, I suppose. Do it. I've already done it for Rocky. I've done it for Rocky, and I refuse to do it for anyone else. Only for Rocky. I'm from South America, and they have a thing here. They are a thing here, but taking over would be too much. Ah, I see. So it's taking over slower than other places. Because I know in Southeast Asia, it's the rage. It's insanely big. Probably in North America too. I know in Southeast Asia it is. In Australia it is, but the people I see carrying it around the most are Asians. So maybe it's still like a more confined to Asians, like the trend itself. Here at least, I don't know. Isn't Labubu just chibi furry fan art? Oh my god, don't call it that. Don't call it that. Is it a furry? What even is a Labubu? Is it like an animal? Is it a child in a suit? I can't figure it out, you know? Like, it's a little monster or something. Is it? Say more than twice. I got an ad on Instagram about a shop that did bikes for Labubu. Bikes for... Okay, you know what? Okay, one thing I'll say is that Labubus did bring about some pretty cool things for like oshikatsu stuff. Wait, oshikatsu. Yeah, like oshikatsu stuff. Like, I think because of Labubus, it's a lot easier to find like accessories for plushies, like even if it's for like, you know, your tiny Fumos or like your like other anime plushies. I know it's been like a plus for that scene, and it's so easy to find pouches now, you know, like the Labubu pouch. Like, everybody uses them now. It's so easy to find, and you don't even need like, you know, it doesn't have to be for a Labubu, but because of Labubus, they're so much easier to find now. So there are some good things that came out of the movement, I suppose, like the trend. I don't want to say movement. It sounds like they're taking over the world. Technically, I guess they kind of are. Well, imagine if there's a VTuber artist showcase by groupings. We have chibi artists, gremlin artists, and Labubu artists. Anyways. I don't... Yeah, I'm not gonna be one of those. I'm gonna stick to being a chibi artist. Or just like an anime girl artist. Thank you very much. Yeah, like you could sit the Labubu on a bike and drive. That's so cool, actually. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like the amount of yeah, I went on a tangent there, but basically I was trying to say like the amount of cool stuff that has become more mainstream because of Labubu is really cool. Like the DIY, okay, it's not DIY, but like cool stuff for like plushies and stuff. So I don't want to be all bleak about Labubus, even though the plushies itself, I'd say like they're not really my taste, but you know, at least they've brought good things to the oshikatsu scene. Yeah, like it's not so crazy. Like carrying around keychains has pretty much become the norm, like keychain plushies. It's so mainstream now, like people don't really bat an eyelid anymore if you're carrying a keychain plush on your bag. On the other hand, I've had people mistaking my Mofu-san keychains as Labubus. Someone on the plane, I don't know if I told this story before, but someone on the plane actually tapped me on the shoulder, like my neighbor. tapped me on the shoulder, and he asked me like, "Hey, is that a Labubu?" And he was like pointing at my Mofu-san that was hanging on my bag, and I blinked slowly. I was like, "No, that's another character. It's not a Labubu." Ah, pain. Pain. I felt pain. What's even worse, my brother, he's a big fan of Azuki. I forgot the name of the cat. Is it Azuki? You guys know Azuki? Azuki-san. Yeah, Azuki-san. Do you guys know the cat character Azuki-san? He's a big fan of that. Wait, let me just show you guys the character in case you guys have never seen it. It is another Pop Mart franchise. It's not Labubu, but it is also a Pop Mart character. So he carries one of these like plushies. He has like a plushie keychain of one of these, and he keeps it in a Labubu pouch on his bag. And people have like come up to him and like called it a Labubu, and he was so mad. He was so triggered. He could not believe his ears, man. Yeah. Imagine carrying a cat, like a little cat plushie like that, and then it gets called a Labubu. Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed too. The disrespect, exactly. That's how my brother felt. Yeah, I feel for him. I get that. I get how my Mofu-san gets mistaken as a Labubu, because they're basically kittens in costumes, right? Like the suit that they wear is kind of similar to Labubus. So I can see how mine gets mistaken as one, so I kind of forgive it. But like if I was just carrying like this around, like I'd be pissed. Here's what Mofu-san looks like for those of you who've never seen it. So these are Mofu-sans, right? They're kind of like, I want to say they're cute, like Labubus that are actually cute. If Labubus were actually cute, this is what they would look like. And I have one. And yeah, I don't know. I wonder how many people have walked past me and thought, God, it's another Labubu chick, you know? The cat hooded gremlins? Yeah, the cat hooded gremlins, exactly. It's a pretty good description. The concept is really similar. Like I can't deny it. You know, they're pretty much the same-ish face in like a costume, like a full suited costume, and the costumes are like they come in all sorts of different things. Oh my gosh, wait guys, I want to show you one of the Mofu-san plushies that I really wanted to get because it's so cute. You guys have to see this. It's so silly. I want it so bad. If I ever see a keychain version of this, I don't know if they sell a keychain version of it, but I really want this silly guy. Yeah, if it wasn't abundantly clear, guys, I really like Mofu-san. Like, it's precious, it's adorable, I love it. Look at this guy! It's a giraffe! They're only missing the teeth. Yeah, they have actually normal mouth proportions. Isn't it cute? It's a giraffe! Because Mofu-sans, like, a lot of them wear different costumes, and the costumes are usually, like, a lot of them are animal related. The giraffe one actually has a long neck. Oh, wait. There's another one that's really cute. I just saw it. I saw this also in Japan. You guys have to see this. It's so cute. Check it out. There's this other guy. Look munched on. Somebody help him. Somebody save him. Oh my god, it's the snack that bites back. Isn't it silly? I love Mofu-san so much. It's so cute. He's in trouble. Oh my god. I ate him. You know, I've never watched Jaws in its entirety, and I think that's a travesty. I love sharks, by the way. I also love sharks. And it's cute. You know, if they have a killer whale version, I would drop so much money on that. Because I freaking love killer whales. They have to be one of my favorite animals. Never watched it, yeah, same. Shocking. Jaws is great, classic for a reason. Yeah, I have very mixed feelings about Jaws though. I mean, as you guys may know, Jaws kind of changed people's they kind of like influenced people's perceptions of sharks to the point where they started to become hunted to near extinction. And I just feel very conflicted about that. I understand that you can obviously enjoy the movie while still acknowledging its impacts, but yeah, it makes me sad to think about that. Yeah. I do want to watch it eventually though. I keep saying that about a lot of films, but I have such a long backlog, but yeah, truly, like, I've been wanting to watch Jaws for the longest time. Great movie, caused irreparable harm. Yeah. I think people are starting to change their tune though. Like, people are starting to... There's this, I don't know how widespread it is, but I feel like recently there's been this kind of, movement of people realizing that sharks are not... By the way, this is not my words. This is just what I see people are saying. You know, people are saying like, oh, sharks are not the real enemies, it's dolphins. And then there's just a lot of posts like basically slandering dolphins and you know, like describing them as like, you know, like, I don't know, all sorts of terrible things that they do in the wild. It's very interesting. And my thoughts on that are, yeah, they are a menace, but like, I feel like people, it's like the sharks thing all over again. I feel like people are overly critical of an animal that lives in the wild. Like, there's tons of other animals that, you know, like they live out their wild instincts and they do crazy shit in the wild, but that's just how they are, you know. That's just part of being wild, is that they act on a lot of primal instincts. And I don't know, I'm just done with the whole like villainizing wild animals for being wild animals thing. Like can we just not do that? You know. Nature deprived dolphins and orcas because it feared the evil they could do on land. But like, they're not meant to be on land, you know, like that's the thing. And yeah, you have to consider the factors, obviously. Like a lot of these animals that quote unquote misbehave, they misbehave because they're under stressful conditions and they're acting out. I'm like, people do that all the time too. Like, it's not like the species is evil. Like, people are so ready to villainize anything they can. Like, they're just being animals, guys. Like, relax. Give them a break. Let dolphins and sharks be dolphins and sharks. Yeah. Even if they're evil, it's their nature and living. Yeah, like I feel like people are too quick to assign like morality on wild animals. Like, what do you mean they're evil? They're just you know, they're just acting on their basal instincts. It's not that they're evil. Yeah. It's a very I want to say it's a very what is the word for it? It's very anthropomorphized. Like, people are anthropomorphizing animals by assigning morality to them, and I don't think that's beneficial for anyone. It's not beneficial for the species for sure. Like, just calling an animal evil because they're just doing what they do in the wild is gonna cause things like, you know, what happened with Jaws, where people started killing sharks. Just let animals be animals and accept that wild behaviors, they may be scary to us, but it's just they're not doing it out of malice, you know. Yeah, sorry about that like ramble, but I don't know. I get really annoyed when people over anthropomorphize animals. Cuz like, you know, they're not people. They don't follow the same moralities as us. Mosquitoes eliminate a lot more humans than sharks and a lot of other ferocious animals. Yeah, exactly, you know, like it's all about the optics, you know. It just so happened that oh, sharks kill maybe like a couple of people and then that gets spotlighted and now everyone thinks that they're evil creatures. Like, I don't know, man. The media can impact perceptions so much. I mean, like, like no duh, but you know, like just look at that. Like, just look at Jaws as an example. It's terrible, and I'm just afraid that people villainizing dolphins is gonna do the same thing. Like, even if they are a bigger menace than sharks, that doesn't make them like evil creatures. How can we judge them or categorize them through our morals when they're just wild animals in their natural habitat? Exactly, they don't even know that they're being evil. Like, when they do the things they do, they're not like, they're not being malicious. They're not like working under our moralistic standards. I don't know how to word it, but you know. Ah. Yeah. I do want to know why orcas seemingly... I don't know why this comment is not in my chat. Is YouTube being weird? I can't see some of the comments. I do want to know why orcas seemingly don't mess with humans despite being perfectly capable of doing so. I mean, sometimes if you don't have a reason, you don't do it. I think they said the only land animal out there that actively predates on humans was polar bears, if I remember that right. And I find that so interesting. Like, everything else, when you see like, I don't know, like when you see wild animal attacks, it's not even, you know, like, I don't know, they're isolated incidents, but people tend to I guess like over represent them in media. You changed the chat settings. I wasn't seeing. Oh, is it because it's on top chat? Okay, I'm gonna change it to live chat. Oh my gosh, I see. Oh, I see Heroes comments too. Thank you, Slows. People who do that a lot have never spent time with monkeys because they're very interesting, especially when they start taking people's stuff. Oh yeah, yeah. I used to live in a place. I used to live in a place where monkey incidents are very common. Like, monkeys would just come up to you and steal your stuff, to the point where like the government has to like put up lots of signs teaching you how to behave around monkeys. I've even had monkeys climb into my my apartment, and I kid you not, like I'm not kidding here. Like, they've stolen like a bunch of bananas from my kitchen before. Like, they climbed through, I think, like the laundry, like the back room where we hang our laundry, and they climbed in and stole our bananas. Crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Tigers hunt humans too, yeah, but I don't know why it's, yeah. don't know if humans are a natural predator. Sorry, a natural prey? I can't remember. Crocs as well, depending on the region. Yeah, definitely. Depends on the size as well. Yeah. Yeah, people need to be... I don't know. But yeah, sorry about rambling on this. Like, it's kind of... it's a big passion of mine. I do actually... I do actually do a lot of kind of like wildlife education stuff in my like in my work. So like I don't know, when I see people being a bit thoughtless about wildlife, it kind of like triggers me. And I just feel like I have to say something. Sorry, but that's just Murray. Where's her bangs at? Yeah, there's a lot of misunderstanding about animals and like the things that they do and why they do them. Yeah, sometimes I wish I could, you know, like teach everyone. I'm just vibing to the convo. That's good to hear. Did she do her Red Bull speech yet? You'd be surprised to know, but I actually haven't mentioned it once at all. Not until I read your comment. Kaizaki-kun, evening! Hi! Hello there! Welcome to the stream. We're just doodling some chibis. Actually, a chibi. And just yapping about... Well, we were just yapping about animals. Yeah, we're talking about jaws and like dolphins and stuff. Hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you for being here. Animals gotta eat too. Exactly. Circle of life, man. Can't blame them. It's the circle of life. I haven't done any drawing in like the past 20 minutes or something. My apologies. That is a terrible looking Naruto. We went from furries to wildlife? Well, if you consider Labubu's furries, I guess. But why would you call them that? Do you guys consider Labubu's furries? I just considered them like little gremlin creatures, but now you got me thinking, you know. Somehow, not furries, Labubus. Yeah, no, not furries, not furries. I need to make some progress, man. I keep yapping. I love these drawing streams, but for some reason I always end up like yapping so much I don't get any drawing done. Yikers. Yikers. You know what? I'm not gonna clean that up. I don't have to. Okay. Ta-da! Yeah. Wrong, not. We're here for the art and the yap. That's good, because you're gonna get both. Probably more of the latter, unfortunately, but... I've done nothing at all this morning. Oh, don't worry. I woke up super late, so... You wouldn't be alone there. Yeah. I think this is it. Oh, I forgot her fins. I want to make her body a bit smaller. Oh yeah, the initial pose that I had for her. Let me show you guys the initial pose I had for her. I initially wanted to give her a different pose. Oh my gosh, how do I switch this off? The pose I drew initially for her was this one. But I felt like it wasn't dynamic enough, so I changed it so that she looks like she's kind of floating. I don't know. Yeah. So one of them's standing, and then the other one's like she's kind of floating in midair, and I think it works better as because I do plan to turn this into a keychain. So I think this one works better because it'll look like she's actually hanging off the chain. I tried making a small dragon song. Want to read a few lines of lyrics? Yeah, sure. What kind of song? Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, speaking of the keychains, guys. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm starting to see pictures of people receiving their merch. It's so exciting. I didn't expect to see them coming in so quickly, to be honest. I thought there'd be another, at least another week before they get delivered, but I love seeing everyone's pictures. It looks so good too. Like I'm so pleased with the quality, or at least what it looks like. I've also gotten samples for myself, so I'll get to see my own samples soon. But everything looks so good. And I'm so grateful for people who are sharing their photos. Yeah. Like seeing them come to life, it's really surreal. I know I keep saying the word surreal, but it's true, okay? Like it really feels surreal to see my own, I guess, like creations come to life. Yeah. I do plan to make a lot more merch. For example, this Lazuli artwork's probably gonna be turned into a keychain. I do want to have like basic merch of like a bunch of creators, because I think everyone deserves some basic merch. Basic keychain. So, and I'm also planning to do an interest check just to see what people are interested in seeing me make next. So I'll probably release a form somewhere this week if I can get it done. Yeah, just to see, like what kind of characters you want, or even like the kind of merch that you want to see. I'm currently limited with the options that I have available in terms of merch, but yeah, like I'd like to see, like do people want to see standees? Do people want to see tote bags? Tote bags are something I haven't really looked into, but if there's, if people want it, like I'd be more than happy to start like coming up with designs. Can't wait to get mine delivered. Yeah, thank you so much for your support. I saw your tweet randomly on my timeline, and I was like, oh, I don't know, it's so like yeah, again, like I'm gonna use the word surreal, but it felt so like wow to come across it, because like I saw like the screenshot thumbnail and I was like, oh my gosh, could this be? And then I opened it and I was like, it's my merch. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for sharing it, by the way. I really appreciate it. Glad the deliveries are going through and coming out so soon. Yeah, right? Tote bags? Yeah. I think one of the options I have with the the manufacturer that I'm working with is tote bags. So if you guys want to see tote bags, you can let me know. You can let me know in the form, the survey that I'll open up soon. Diaback tuna. Hey man, if you want to see it, let me know. Tuna. Yeah, there's also stuff like standees. I really want to do standees because I'm personally an acrylic standees girly. I love me some standees. So I'd love to be able to release that if that's something people will be interested in. And then other options are badges. I know a lot of people like badges to put on their like ita bags and stuff for oshikatsu and all that. So badges. Yeah. I gotta hop off right now. Happy to catch with you all to chat about Lazuli Labubus and animals. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Hero. I hope you have a great rest of the day or night. Take care. I hope you see you again. I've been buying whatever Dia merch comes across my lap. Nudge, nudge. Oh! Yeah, but you know, at the same time, I want to make sure it's merch that people actually want, not that people, you know, like people are just buying it because it's their Oshis. I mean, that's great and all, but you know, like I want to make people, sorry, I want to make merch that people actually want. Yeah. I don't know, making merch is so fun. It's so fun. I've always wanted to make merch and I never, like, it's something I've always wanted, but I think it's even more fun than I expected it would be. When I like first set out to one day release merch. So yeah, I've been really enjoying the process of designing the merch. And yeah. There's a lot more that goes into it than I initially expected. And there's a lot of things you can do with merch. Like you can get really creative with them, and that's the part I love most about making merch, is just like breaking the boundaries of like merch. Sometimes it's like I wish a certain merch, like I wish I had a certain type of merch, but it doesn't exist yet. So then, you know, like that's where my merch making urges kick in. I'm like, you know what? I want this kind of merch, so I'm just gonna make it myself. Since no official ones exist. Yeah. That's pretty much like my inspo for making merch, I guess. Ta-da! Oh, I forgot her hair accessories. Hair accessories. Draw here more. A tiny acrylic I could take with me to places and just prop up on a table would be nice. Heck yeah, standees. Oh yeah, I'm definitely... what would you guys think of, I guess, like acrylic standees of what I currently have as keychains? Because I feel like a lot of them would work well as standees. So basically, you know, you could either get like I guess like a keychain version or a standee version of the merch, depending on your preference, kind of thing. Like for example, if I turn this Lazuli standee, if I turn this Lazuli art into a standee on top of being a keychain, like what do you guys think? Oh my gosh, my drawing gloves smell so nice because I just washed it. Absolutely, yeah. And I think another thing that I was really curious about, and I was kind of hesitant to experiment with at first, is like glitter merch. So the keychains that I currently have, I wanted to make kind of like glitter versions of them, but I wasn't sure if there was gonna be a demand for them. Just like how the stickers I have, most of my stickers, there's a glitter or holographic version and a non-holographic version, like a regular version. And yeah, I'm not super sure if anyone really like is really into like the glittery, sparkly merch type of thing, because I sure am, but I know that I don't think I represent like a large part of the fan base. So the thing about the glitter merch, especially for the acrylics, if I did a glitter acrylics, they would have to be more expensive, unfortunately, just because the way they manufacture it is such that Yeah, it's more expensive. I think they're thicker as well because I think there's an extra layer of glitter acrylic. Yeah. I think that'd be great. I could take pics of her at Goji related place. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. I love hollow stickers. Okay, good. This is good feedback, guys. Thank you. I always worried that because I'm super into like sparkly shit. Like I don't if you can tell, like there's a lot of glittery aspects to my design. All my art, like all of my artworks pretty much like I put a lot of sparkles in them and glitter effects because I really like sparkly shit. That's yeah, that's just my thing. But I always wonder because like I don't know, I just wonder if other people are into it or not. I feel like it makes my artwork look kind of girly, and as much as I don't want to make sweeping assumptions about the fan base, I want to assume most people are not into girly stuff like that. I don't know, man. Well, what is this? Oops. Yeah, I'm just curious. That was something that I really wanted to know before I opened up my store because I was considering making like a glitter variation of every single merch I have, and then I thought, maybe people aren't gonna want that. Oh, I need to draw her necklace. Man, how do VTubers who draw stream and yap at the same time? I genuinely can't. Like, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to be productive. Trying my best, but I feel like I made so little progress since we started. Like, I'm either really quiet for a period of time because I'm trying to lock in on drawing, but or I'm not doing anything at all for friggin' 15 minutes because we're talking about Labubus and Mofusans. That's so ugly. Ugly. Alright. I wonder how much progress I should do. I do need to get going a little bit, but see how much I can do. Okay, maybe I'm gonna stop in I might stop by 2 p.m. my time, so that's in like 42 minutes. So whatever progress I've made by then, that's that, Oh my gosh, why can't I draw? What is wrong with me? Yeah, if I'm silent, guys, it's because I'm trying to lock in on drawing. Because if I don't do that, I'm just gonna keep yapping and yapping and yapping and getting nothing done. My favorite hollow sticker was Hiroi Kikuri throwing up, but the puke was ugly. Oh my gosh, wait, that's such a good idea. I don't know if I can make, I don't know if I can make that with my current manufacturer. I don't... Oh, maybe I can. Wait, I might have to look into that. I might be able to customize where the hollow and glittery parts are. Because I was able to do that for the prints, right? I could control where the holographic parts of the cards were. Of the prints were. Maybe I can do the same for stickers. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, daylight savings. Exactly. I think I just need to draw her accessories and then we're pretty much good for the sketch. This is just a sketch, by the way. It's not even the actual line art or anything. Hey. Ta-da! The render comes next? No, the line art comes next. Oh, this is just a sketch. Oh my god. Yeah, the good thing about these chibis is that I intentionally try to make the rendering a little less intensive. Just because I do want them to have a simplified art style. So I hope that rendering's not gonna take forever and a half like it usually does. God, I hate rendering, man. You can finish the line art in the next 40 minutes. I have faith. Ain't no way. Not with my perfection levels of... Like, I press undo way too much because I always want my line arts to be perfectly synchronized to the sketch. Okay, let's rename this. Gets. Gamba Phobos, thank you! I am gun buying my best. I really hope I didn't miss any of her accessories. Let's see if I missed anything. Nom 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 nom. Nom. I forgot her flower. Ugh. No. It's okay. The flower's one of the easiest things to draw on her design, I think. Just draw a really rough one. Come on, Phobos, you can do this. Stop pressing undo. Alright. I think that's good enough. Oh. Kind of warp the shape a little bit. Distort. Alright. I think that's fine enough. I think. I want to make it bigger. Yep. Ta-da! I think that's good. I think that's good. I'm in a checklist for Daya's design and still forget things all the time. That's bleak, man. I can't imagine how many things would be on that checklist. You like Abmao? I'm not sure what Abmao is. Also, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good day. Oh, it's so cute. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're just finishing up on the sketch, so I'm gonna start on the line art now. Yeah, with Daya's design, I don't know, I feel like you'd have at least 100 things on that checklist. You know, sometimes I still forget like basic things even from her old design, like her 777 pin and like the suspenders even. Yeah, I even forget the suspenders sometimes. I also draw too. Yeah, another artist. We love artists here. Yeah, this is kind of like a... I don't know. I tend to yap a lot about my art process. And I feel kind of bad for the people who watch me who don't draw, but feel free to share your artsy yaps with us. That is more than welcome here. Where's my brush? Where is my brush? There you are. Okay. Oh, I love this brush. Yeah, I'm gonna properly layer them. Gonna try. I have zero idea about drawing, but it's interesting to see and learn. That's good to hear. I just hope that I don't I don't yap too much about art. Sometimes I'm very conscious about when I do it because again, you know, like I know that not a lot of people draw and I want to be mindful of the people who can't really relate to it, I guess. But I'm glad that people enjoy my yaps and seeing the process. Because that's always something I'm interested in when I watch other art streamers. Like, I know, like, I used to watch Raura and Ina drawing. And I'm always interested, like, how do they make the way, like, how do they make things look the way they do? Like, it's very interesting. Mm-hmm. Oh, the smoothing is so strong on this. This is way too strong. I'm gonna turn down the smoothing because it's smoothing out my lines way too much. Hilt blade, color dynamics. I don't even remember. Oh no. You know what? I don't remember how to turn down the smoothing. Cover properties. Preview. Oh, that's unfortunate. Scatter. Wet mix. You know what? It's okay. I'll make do with this brush. I'd prefer if it wasn't... I don't know if you guys can see, but it's kind of changing the shape of my strokes. Like, you know... Yeah, it's kind of changing the shapes of my strokes, and I don't really like that. It can be useful when you're stroking like really long lines like this. But when you're trying to make like small, tiny, precise shapes, it makes your lines kind of inaccurate. Yeah, sorry, did you read my comment? Yeah, I did. I said, yeah, we welcome all artists here because I also share, like, I yap about my art process a lot. So, like, yeah, we're, like, I think some of us are artists. So, you know, like, feel free to share your artsy stuff here if you'd like. Oh yeah, speaking of art, guys, another, like, Now that I have more time, I'm kind of thinking of things that I want to do while I have the free time that I do now. And one of the things that I want to do is to finally try my hands on L2D. L2D cubism. So I want to make a live 2D model of myself. It's something I've always wanted. I don't have a lot of faith in my skills. I'm kind of afraid of how it'll turn out. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what I can make. I want to move more than just bobbing up and down as a ping tuber. I do drawing on my YouTube channel too, girly. That's cool. Yeah, I feel like sometimes when I stream my art process, that's like the best way for me to keep myself accountable to stuff. And that's kind of how I force myself to get work done, because sometimes you just don't have the motivation. Like recently I was having a bit of an art block. So I started doodling this chibi of Lazuli. And I told myself, okay, this is simple enough and you know, like this is simple enough to stream. I think I'm gonna stream this so that, you know, I can push myself to like keep working on it today. And that's what I'm doing now. Yeah. This is very relaxing. Thank you. I like to build, I guess, like a space where people can just chill out. Like I'm not a very loud and chaotic person, so if people can still find my stream some sort of like, if people can find some level of comfort in my streams, then, you know, I've done something right. You should do it. Fear is the progress killer. That is true. That is true. Be not afraid. This is definitely a super cozy space. I'm so happy to hear that. That's the only thing that I strive for. I don't think I can be like a super entertaining streamer anyway. Like all I do is draw and yap. All I do is draw and yap. Like that's... I'm not super funny or chaotic or anything. So the fact that people can find this comfy, you know, at least it's good for something. Had to go for a sec. I just subscribed. Thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Another thing that I've been looking into doing is learning Blender. And the reason why I want to learn Blender is because I really want a low poly model. I really want to make a low poly model of myself. Your streams are very interesting. You're a good yapper. Really? See, I'm a super quiet person in real life. Like, I genuinely don't talk much. I think you can tell from my vocal stamina, I just don't talk much in real life. So it's always surprising to hear like people saying like, "Oh yeah, you're such a yapper." Like, no way. No way. Thank you. Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, you know, after seeing... No way, you're joking. No, I'm not. I'm really like, I'm super quiet, and I think the only time I talk a lot is when I'm talking about something I'm really passionate about, but it doesn't happen a lot. And when I do talk about something that I'm passionate about, I usually run out of breath really easily. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Like, my voice cracks a lot on stream. I clear my throat a lot. It's because I'm not used to talking so much. Yeah, I always end up getting a sore throat when I yap too much. Like if I hang out with friends and we end up yapping a lot, I end up getting a sore throat the next day because I'm just not used to it. When somebody triggers my special interest, yeah, it's like neuron activated. Neuron activated. That's me. Me when people talk about Digimon. Honestly, that's like my triggering it's like my sleeper agent secret code. It's Digimon. Like when people start talking about Digimon, I'm like and then I have to stop myself. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was saying I want to learn Blender because I really want to make a low poly model of myself or just like a 3D model. I've heard that Blender is really difficult, but I'm willing to learn. You know, after seeing I don't know if you know, but if you guys know Ukishka, he's made 3D models, like low poly models for a bunch of VTubers, including Daya, including I think he also made one for Lori Shinju last time, like a while back. And I'm so inspired. Like genuinely, like he's so inspiring. Like being able to make all that, I don't know, I love his work so much, and I want to make one like that for myself too, because I just when I see it, like when I see them maneuvering the 3D models and stuff, I'm just thinking like, man, all the things I can do with that. Super cool. Yeah, the GOAT Ukishka. Truly, he is the GOAT. Insanely talented. I think he's super underrated. I think more people need to know about his work. Dude's crazy. Dude's actually crazy. The amount of details he puts into his models, insane. Nice 10 games by the way. Oh, thank you. You know, that took me... I'll be so honest, the 10 games to know me thing, I posted it on Twitter. So it's basically this trend where you list down the 10 games that kind of define you. So I posted my version on Twitter, and I'll be so honest, that thing took me an entire day's worth of thinking. Like I had to think and think and think like, oh man, I only have 10 options. Like it has to be good. I had to cull so many games from the list that I really wanted to put in. And by golly, I even forgot to put in Assassin's Creed. This is what I was afraid of. This is why I took my time choosing the games, because I knew for sure that I'm gonna forget at least one game, and I did, and it was Assassin's Creed. But yeah, guys, I love Assassin's Creed. Really like it. One of my favorite franchises, honestly. POV, when I draw the cute little kitty like mouth on chibi, people think I'm all the time. Anytime you start drawing like anything adjacent to like creature, like animal features, people start thinking you're a furry. I feel that. Yeah. Kisen. Yeah, that guy is so underrated. I think he's incredible, and he has an incredible, like, I feel like he has really good artistic vision. So many talented artists in the community, honestly. I'm really proud of this community. It's so true though. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, but I don't know how long. I've seen some tutorials, and I've bookmarked tutorials on how to make low poly models from I think like last year. Like all the way since last year. There's like a tutorial that I've kept bookmarked because I really wanted to get into it. And it's because I was inspired by Uki Sensei's work. Like when I saw the models, I knew like, oh, I want to make one for myself. I don't even have VR or anything, but I wonder if it's possible to maneuver 3D models simply using VTube Studio. Because if I could, that would be great. Because I don't know if I'd be getting VR like Mokopi or anything anytime soon. I heard it's a really big investment, and I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it for me, considering I don't even stream that often, right? He's a genius and has genuine passion for VTubing, and it shows. Like the amount of detail he crams into each of his models. And it's details that even the talents themselves, like sometimes they don't even notice, you know, like Easter eggs. Like the first time I saw the Monmons in Daya's head, and I think there was it like a lad or something in Lottie's head? I was blown away. I was just like, this isn't even detail that you would necessarily notice. But it's there, you know, just because. It's like an homage to the talents themselves, you know. I think that's amazing. I only have 59 subs. We artists are overrated. Yeah. I think artists, tubers need more love. Artists, tubers deserve more. Or artists in general deserve more. There's so many underrated artists that I've discovered like recently, and I'm just shocked at how like small their numbers are. You know? I think one thing I really enjoy about the VTuber community is how diverse the range of art is, and it's kind of a way for independent artists, like small-time artists, to have a chance to showcase their work, you know? Yeah. I don't like that. I do not like that. So yeah, I'm guessing that creating a live 2D model is probably going to be less intensive and easier. So I might do that first before diving into, you know, like doing a low poly. But yeah, I need to find a time where I'm really free, because I'm planning to just jump on the free trial for Live 2D Studio. Live 2D Studio Wood. Live 2D Cubism. I'm planning to use the free trial and seeing what I can make out of it. You know, find a time where I can give it a fair shot. You guys imagine like me moving around? Not that I move around, because I'm mostly just looking down at my iPad drawing, but just imagine, you know, like hypothetically, if I was moving, like, can you imagine that? I'd be schmoving. Like, I know exactly what I want in terms of the amount of motion that I want. Like, from seeing all sorts of different types of rigging out there, I kind of have a vision of what I want. It's just a matter of whether I can accomplish that vision. Moving and schmoving instead of just boing boing up and down. I hate that my glasses don't even stick to my face You guys notice that? My glasses are just... Yeah, they're just like bouncing around my face. Like, I always thought that was funny. Oh my gosh, it's coming along. You know, this is more progress than I was expecting, to be honest. I mean, considering that I'm streaming at the same time, at least. Proud of myself. Dang, who am I? Either way, your OC is so cute. Thank you so much. I put a lot of thought into my design. You know, guys, I have a tidbit about my design that might be interesting to you or not. So I have this very specific taste in anime girls, and that taste is I really like girls with horns, which would come as no surprise since two of my favorite like anime game characters, like waifus, have horns. So the first one being Lei from Grand Chase. I think she's beautiful and she's one of my first, like, I guess like one of my first waifus, you could call it. And I also really love Ganyu. And the only reason, okay, it's not the only reason, but one of the strongest reason why I was so why I decided to go with like a fusion design. So I am a mantacanth, so that means that I'm both manta ray and coelacanth, right? Like, and I call myself a mantacanth. But the reason why I decided to include the manta part is because I really wanted to have horns. I really like horns and I wanted to have horns, and I thought like it makes no sense for a coelacanth to have horns. So I knew I wanted to be a coelacanth girl. But I think a big part of why I wanted to become a manta ray girl was because of the horns, like the lobes. Okay, they're not technically horns, they're lobes, but you know, they effectively aesthetically act like horns, right? If I didn't care for horns, I would be fully like a coelacanth, honestly. Although manta rays are one of my favorite animals, I do have to say, but I would say I think the strongest element of the manta ray, or like the strongest reason why I decided to keep the manta part was because of the lobes. Yeah. I've always had an OC ever since I was around 9 to 8, and I just posted her on my YouTube channel. That's nice. Yeah, having an OC, I think it's, I don't know, like, I grew up like creating a lot of OCs as well, and then I transitioned into like making fan art, but now I'm going back to starting to explore like creating OCs again. I think making OCs is really fun. Horns for the win, let's go! Khaleesi. Oh my god, it's so funny how, you know, like seeing people try to pronounce coelacanth. I think Chidori was showing me a video where someone... there was like a video where someone was trying to pronounce coelacanth. They're talking about deep sea undersea creatures. And they pronounced coelacanth in like 3 different ways throughout the whole video or something. And one of them was like Khaleesi Anth or something. Khaleesi Anth, you know, like the Game of Thrones character, like Khaleesi Anth or something. It was really funny. Khaleesi Anth. Oh, it's ingrained in my mind. Ingrained in my mind. You know, I should do a stream where I just go through like, I don't know, people's submissions of what they think coelacanth should be pronounced as. like a coelacanth pronunciation stream. I feel like that'd be so funny. Coelacanth. Honestly, when I first saw the word, when I was an ittle bitty fish baby, I thought that our species was pronounced coelacanth, which I'm embarrassed to say, as you know, a fellow coelacanth. But it's true, guys. I had a dark past as well, and I think it takes a lot of strength to admit that. But it's true. Oh, I don't like that. That one chibi song? Yeah. I don't know, I want to know how many different ways, how many possible ways there are to pronounce the word coelacanth. You know, that's kind of why I decided to go with mantacanth as my species instead of like Coelaray or something. I thought about it, but I decided not to go with Coelaray because I think it's the Coela part. It's the Coela part that kind of like stumps people, you know? I've always said coelacanth with a hard C. Coelacanth? Like coelacanth? Okay, now that one's new. Okay, guys, I want to start listing. So there's like coelacanth. That's how I used to pronounce it. Then there was like, what was it, like Calicianth or something? And then what is this? Coelacanth. Yeah, that's I think that's how I used to pronounce it too. Coelacanth. Coelacanth. Okay, yeah. That's a bit different. I think you could potentially pronounce it also as coelacanth. See, guys, that's already 4 different types of pronunciations. Like, imagine a stream where I just list down all the different ways you can mispronounce coelacanth. And it's kind of got a French spin on it. Coelacanth. Coelacanth. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that. I'm not French. I'm so sorry. Anyway, okay, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm never gonna finish this drawing. This is my problem. Streaming drawing, it's a it's a double-edged sword. Oh god. Someone will figure out new ways too. It's the awful part. No, that's not the awful part. That's the best part. That's exactly what I want. You know, like, give me more ways to butcher my own species name. I think that would be fantastic. Coelacanth. But I think mantacanth is generally like relatively easy to pronounce, right? Mantacanth. I don't know if people get it. Like, I don't know if people get what I'm going for whenever I refer to myself as a mantacanth, but hey, at least it's easier to pronounce, right? It kind of reminds me of manticore, actually, which is a cool creature that I once considered as like a VTuber design, so there's that. English is beautiful in the way you can butcher words. So true. I mean, like, you don't even have to like butcher it. There's like multiple different ways to read a single word. Speaking of reading, how do you pronounce this word? Is it read or is it red? Why is the past tense of read red and not readed? What does this mean? I have readden a book. Oh, there's no space. I have readden a book. Rayad. Exactly. English is weird. It's whatever. Read. Read. I wrote a book once. See, did you read it? Or did you write it? Because now it sounds like you're saying you wrote a book. But what you actually meant was that you read it, the book. See, English? English. I see you. You're strange one. At this point, we're thinking about stuff too much, but that's what life's about, right? There's so many things to think about. Like, I'm never gonna make fun of people, like, especially ESL. Like, I'm never gonna make fun of ESL people for, I guess, like, butchering English. Because, you know, so many things about our language makes no sense, even to native speakers. Like, it makes complete sense how how people can get confused by it. Yeah. He read a book he read a book he had written. Et la road. Oh my gosh. Road, read, readin, readed. And then like our grammatical structures, while they are useful, there's just too many. Like there's just too many styles. What is past perfect participle? Like what are these words? Like I can't believe we had to learn all that in like primary school, you know. What do all those even mean? Is English unnecessarily hard? Yes. Yes, it is. Learning English growing up, they give you a list of 100 verbs to memorize. But I feel like you need more than verbs to use English properly, though. That's kind of like the Duolingo way, isn't it? Where most of the teachings they have in their lessons are mostly like vocabularies. And you know, to an extent, yeah, they'll be useful. Like sometimes you want to ask for directions to like the bathroom or something, or you want to order like ocha or something. For some reason, Duolingo's really obsessed with ocha. But like, I don't know, I don't think learning vocabulary off the bat is the best way to learn language. I don't know. Buffalo, 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 buffalo is a real and valid sentence. I know one of those buffaloes refers to the place in New York. I know there's a city in New York called Buffalo, so I know one of those buffaloes is that. And then there's buffalo sauce, buffalo wings, buffalo the animal. Yeah. So many buffaloes. Milk before the cereal or cereal before the milk? Milk before the cereal. Sorry. Like, I know you have to control, like, what you want to eat, but, like, I don't know. I don't have a good reason for it. I just grew up with my milk first. I think it's because when I was a child, my mom would prepare bowls of cereal for us, and she would use powdered milk. So she would have to make the milk first, right? Like she can't put the cereal in and then like mix it together with the powdered milk. So we would always get our milk first before the cereal, and that's just how I grew up. So now I'm used to milk before cereal. Yeah. Ocha Pilates in Bali after the... Yo, these sentences are getting crazier. What is this? Ocha Pilates in Bali after the Labubu rave. Okay, fellas, is Pilates a male performative thing? A performative male thing? Is Pilates also? It's just exercise. Jesus. Was it like the needle milk? I don't know what that is. That's a crime in like 8 countries. It's just powdered milk. Like you put like the powder in the bowl and then you put hot, like really hot water and then you mix it up. Pretty much it. It's okay to be wrong. What the heck, guys? It's not that bad. Come on. Like, is it because you guys want to ration your cereal? When I eat cereal, I just go full ham. I'm sorry that I don't care about my portions like that, about my cereal portions. I'm sorry, I just put whatever cornflakes I want after I put in my milk in my bowl. Yeah, exactly. It's born from circumstance. The tradition is born from my circumstances growing up. It's not my fault. I'm not weird. Stop it. Men exercise by working. Anything else is just performative. Exactly. Like, the only exercise men should get is just carrying boxes in a warehouse, you know, or like, you know, like pulling weeds in a garden. Anything else? You're just doing it for the girls. You're just being performative at that point. What are you doing? Stop working out. Working out is for sissies. Does anyone still use that word? I don't do it, but I've heard of it. The kind/amount of cereal dictates milk. My god, I can't read. Yes. I mean, look, I get that. But I already have a good idea of the amount of milk that I like to use. So like, as long as my milk is a certain level that I'm used to, I know how much cereal to put in it, you know? Like, as long as the cereal covers like the entire surface of my milk, that's when I know I have enough cereal. It's not that difficult to figure out. I've had that powdered milk stuff too, and I'm not gonna lie, I think I still mix it separately and then pour it onto the cereal. But then you'd waste milk. Like, okay, look, my mom had to prepare it before we went to school, okay? So like, she didn't have a lot of time. So like her just putting it in the bowl and heating up or like pouring in hot water, like that's like the fastest way. Like, ain't nobody got time to mix like milk separately. Come on. Come on now. Oh my god, it's coming together. The real man's breakfast is the instant powder you mix with milk. What do you mean? The real man's breakfast is black coffee and cigarettes. If you're drinking milk, you're just being performative. That's like one step away from matcha. You're just doing it for the girls. I haven't had cereal in years. Really? I feel like nowadays I eat more cereal with yogurt because I've been eating a lot more yogurt lately. So that's where most of my cereal eating has been coming from. Or when I just have to finish like the milk in my fridge, then I just dump a bunch of cereal in my in my bowl. Hey, hello, hello. Nice to see you, Mr. Cheater. I'm sorry, I hope I'm not butchering your name, but welcome to the stream. We're just doing some comfy, chill yapping while I do some doodling. So we're doodling Lazuli right now. Here she is in all her glory. Yeah. Make me. Breakfast is performative, exactly. Like, who needs breakfast, guys? All I need are is like coffee and Definitely not a Labubu. Doodling god, pretty much. I'm doodling my own god. Black coffee and cigs for breakfast, MRE for lunch and dinner, whiskey for dessert. That is the real man's meal. That's what we're talking about. When Daya told the story of her nearly getting hospitalized because all she would eat was Lucky Charms when she moved here, that was very real. What? Wait, do you guys sell Lucky Charms there? You know Lucky Charms. I think Lucky Charms used to be banned in like certain countries because of how high the sugar content is. And I just find that insane. I've had Lucky Charms before and I'm personally a Lucky Charms fan. As someone who loves marshmallows, I really like Lucky Charms, but yeah, it kind of scared me that it was so sugary to the point where the government had to ban it. It's wild. Lucky Charms deserve to be banned. No! What do you mean? Lucky Charms are good. Do you not want to fill yourself with copious amounts of sugar at the start of your day? Like, I'm sorry if eating it makes you performative, but you know, I'm gonna eat my Lucky Charms. Subway's bread isn't bread in some countries. What does that mean? I know that there's been claims that the meat isn't like fully meat, like some of it is soy. But I didn't know anything about the bread though. I just get unlucky charms. Oh yeah. Oh, do you guys have like a favorite Lucky Charm? Marshmallow, like I feel like cuz I had my own favorite marshmallows that I prefer to get and some that I'd be kind of bummed to get when like I'm scooping my cereal. I know it's kind of dumb because they all taste the same and they're all just marshmallow, but I don't know. I have my favorites. I think I like the horseshoe and the blue one. I can't remember what the blue one was, but I know there's a blue one. I like that one. I didn't like the green one. Like the green hat or something. I didn't like that one. Oh my gosh, I think I just started like a cereal wars in the chat. What does performative mean? It means that you're doing it just to impress, or like you're doing it for show, just to seem like a better person. Yeah. Captain Crunch is where it's at. I've never tried Captain Crunch actually, nor have I tried Reese's Puffs. Cats or dogs? I grew up being a dog person, but the older I grow, the more I've become like a bit of a cat person, I think. I think it's because of all the scrunkly cat videos that pervade the internet. I proceeded to eat 4 boxes in the... Oslo, are you okay? I don't think you should do that. I don't think you should do that, but maybe you shouldn't take advice from the streamer that is perpetually talking about her sugar, like her sweet tooth. Good lord. Yes, horseshoe charm's the best. Oh my gosh, you're right, the rainbow. Yes, I think the rainbow was my favorite actually. I love that one. Jumbo rainbow Lucky Charms. Okay, I need to get me some of that. Is the rainbow? That's where it's at, guys. If you think about it, Lucky Charms are kind of like a gacha. Like if you have like a preferred marshmallow, it's almost like you're playing gacha with every scoop, isn't it? Man, that's why I have a gacha addiction, guys. I was indoctrinated since I was young. I blame it on my cereals. My tummy did not like my life decisions. Oh, please, never, never again. I never ate Lucky Charms. Are they cereal? Yeah, yeah, they're cereal. They're like this, uh, corn flakes. No, not corn flakes. They're like plain cereal, but with like mixed in together with a bunch of like really sweet marshmallows. Like really sweet. Mm-hmm. I was too busy getting intoxicated by cheese. Hey, that's really valid. As someone who is a major cheese enthusiast as well, that is completely valid. Oh my gosh, wait. I just realized that we went over time, so I'm gonna have to call it soon, guys. I'm sorry. I know we were just getting to the start of the cereal wars, but maybe this is a good time to extinguish that war. Now that we're on topic, what's your favorite cereal brand? My favorite cereal brand... I mean, I would say Lucky Charms. Oh, you're talking about the brand. I don't think I have a favorite brand specifically. I don't think I have a favorite brand specifically, but I do have, like, cereals that I'm partial to. Yeah. I think my favorite cereals would probably be... Have you guys ever heard of Oreo O's? Oreo O's slaps, but those things were also banned because of their sugar content. Oreo O's, so basically, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Oreo O's, but they're kind of like these cereals where the main cereal itself looks like the cereal, sorry, the Oreo biscuit. And then kind of like Lucky Charms, there would be cream flavored marshmallow or just like regular marshmallow. I don't really know. Let me see if I can show you guys a picture. It's by Post. Let me show you guys. They're also disgusting in a good way. Yes, that's true. That's true for most of the unhealthy cereals. I could only find the Korean version that really shows the one that I tried. So they're kind of like, okay, if you see the cereal itself is kind of, you see the white spots on the cereal, they're like sugar bits. They're sugar bits and they taste really good. And then, you know, it's kind of like Lucky Charms where it's also smattered with like marshmallows, like dried marshmallows. It's the best thing ever. If you guys find that in your grocery store, I highly suggest that you don't try it, because if you do, you're gonna get addicted to it, and I don't want to be liable for that or anything. I don't want to be liable for your, like, the ruins of your health or anything. Oreos, yummy. What's next to the O? The marshmallow? I'm not too sure what you mean by that. Yeah, it's just marshmallow. Oh, do they sell them in the States too? Because I always, I'm only ever able to find like the Korean version. Yeah, I've never, yeah, I always associated them with like Korean cereal. Just because I guess the one that they imported where I was the Korean version. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to wrap this up in a little bit. As I said, I do have things I need to do today and places I need to be. So, but yeah, it's been fun hanging out with everyone. Thank you so much for coming to my stream as always. Thank you to the new followers, the new subscribers. It's really nice to see new faces. Do I like shroom pizza? Absolutely, I love shroom pizza. But yeah, I'm so sorry. Didn't end up finishing the line art after all. The yaps just kind of took over me, you know? I got a little distracted by some cereal and stuff. Lots of progress done today. Yeah, more than I was expecting, but at the same time, also not that much. It's just a lot of progress from my standards. But yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you. I'm sorry, Chidori. I know you believed in me, but I wasn't able to finish the line art. I will try to finish this in the next few days. I should be able to have time to finish this. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good rest of your night. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you guys again next stream. And yeah, have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your night. Rest well if you're going to sleep. And yeah, just have a good one, guys. Bye! Otsumudra! Bye-bye!